Good morning, hunters. This is OG Devil Dog in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Before we begin this episode, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Wow, it is that time of year. Okay, I am being a little low in this video talking because I'm trying to not to wake up my household. Uh, my wife and I, we did our presents last night, and she wanted to sleep in this morning, so I'm kind of being a little low so I don't wake her up. And we're excited. We're excited for Christmas. She's going to cook a Christmas meal in a little while, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, what we got there? We got a boar, but I am not messing with it. Um, let's see where we are on the map. Okay, we are in my primary spot that I normally use here in Scotland to hunt these boar. Alright, so now we're going to go over here to the secondary spot that I use. And this one used to be really good, but the European badgers took it over. Have not seen a boar there since. For you stalker hunters, let's see. Yep. If you zoom out your map and see where it says Conan Khan, if you go there, and right there is a great opportunity for you to stalk your boars. If you get up on this ridge, and this is a down slope, but there's a lot of vegetation there, so you probably have to use your rifle. And right here at this wood line, right here, a couple boar like to come in, so you can usually spot them up on this ridge. And you're upwind, so the boar are not going to be catching your scent. So, all right. Without further ado, let's check out our secondary spot. Okay, this one is directly across from my primary that I use. You see where I'm at on my primary? Right there. Okay, in the apex of the arch. There's 4 feed zones there. One of them's a wild boar. So if you come straight across, you see where I'm at on the map? There's a secondary spot that I've been using. Like I said, the other one I used to use has gotten overtaken by European badgers, so I don't even go to that one anymore. So now let's just teleport from my tent and go there. Fast travel real quick. Let's get set up. And when I last looked at this, when I first looked at it, coming into game, pheasants. All right, when I first looked at it, it is at 63%. So I mean, it might go up a percent while I'm standing here talking, but I am not going to promise anything. There is my feeder. All right, the boar were coming in on this side over here, so we're going to kind of put my handy dandy speaker and see where's my antenna. The antenna's at the back. Let's make sure it's set up for boar. And we'll see which direction it's going. Should tell me here in a second. Let's get up in the stand and double check it real quick, because I might have to adjust it. Okay, it's going the direction I want it to go. Sweet. Don't have to do anything to it. Alright. Let's go over here and check our feeder. It is at 86%. So we are going to fill it up. And we are going to turn off our collar for a minute. Put our scent spray in our hand and run to the tent. Now, you ask me why I am so close. Well, I I am a bow hunter during this episode. And before we go any further, let's see, check the time, 0300 to 0600. And while we are here, let's look at the challenge. It's at 63%. All right, hunters, we got to reach 100% by January 1st. 100%. We're getting there. We're at 63%. And yes, my contributions are low because I goofed up in the first few episodes, killed a bunch of boar, and they did not count because my ammo was a higher class than what these boar are. Okay? If you're now joining me and watching my channel, feel free to like and subscribe. For you PC players, there, the bottom right hand corner, there is a white watermark that you can hover over and quickly subscribe that way. Alright? You can also make donations to my channel, and your boy OG would love those donations to help monetize my channel, so feel free to donate that way. If you look in my description, my Cash App link is there. Also, it is on my main profile page on my YouTube channel. If you click on my little profile icon, and it'll take you to my main page, you can subscribe and donate that way. Now, before you ask, does it cost anything to subscribe? No, it does not cost anything at all to subscribe. It's totally free to subscribe to my channel. What that means is the new videos that I post, you will see them before everyone else does. Alright? So, with that said, we're at 63%. Let's look at the codex. And I'm going to rehash and reiterate real quick on the wildlife. Alright? And what class. You can actually look at your prey that you're hunting, and it will tell you what class they are too, but this is a quick way to do it before you go into anything. If you want to just scout and get information and get ready for what you need to do. Alright, the wild boar. Right hand, the top corner of the picture there, it's got a number 5 next to it. Okay? And if you look at the right hand side column, you got behavior, habitat, census, social, active, and recommended equipment. You need a class 5 ammo, wild boar collar, or wild boar scent. Alright? So, with that said, let's see if we got enough for some scent here. If not, I'll go farm later and get some scents. And we are looking for wild boar. See if I got any. Yeah, I got a couple of those, so I'll get a couple. And go ahead and put that in my inventory. Let's see, lures. Take that roe deer scent out, and there is. Is it my consumables? No. Oh, it didn't load up all the way. Wild boar scent. Alright, let's get that added to my inventory over here. And go to lures. And put it in my lineup. Alright. And let's take that tent off, because I don't need that extra tent right now, so I'm just going to take it off and put it in storage. Alright, that's out of my inventory, so it gives me some lighter weight. Alright, without further ado, this is 0300 to 0600. Double check. Click on that icon, 03 to 06. And we are going to rest until 2:45. So let's bounce that down to 2 and bounce this down to 2:45. Put on our handy dandy scent spray, our scent blocker. Put our collar in our hand real quick, and we are going to hightail it over to our tripod stand. Alright, make sure it's wild boar. I'm going to turn that on. And we're going to wait just a minute before we put some of that spray out. And we're just going to scan the area with our night vision. That fallow deer I just heard, it is a 4. So my arrows, and your boy OG goofed up, was using recommended class of 7 to 9 arrows, and I was not getting my harvest checks passing them. And what you need to pass your harvest check with is ammo or a weapon within the class range of the animal that you are hunting. In this case, it's a level 5 class of boar, and my arrows are currently now class recommendation 2 to 7. They were 7 through 9, so that was not passing the harvest check prior. Now they are. Second part of passing the harvest check is hitting the heart, lungs, or liver. And if you can get your boar sideways, it looks like there's a lot of feed zones there, so we're going to watch those. If you can get your prey to stand sideways, get them right behind the shoulder, either the right shoulder or the left shoulder, and get a heart, lung, and liver shot. The third part of passing the harvest check is preserving the trophy organ, which is usually the head, so no head shots, no brain shots. You want to protect the head. Alright, and finally, to pass the harvest check, you want 2 shots or less of taking the animal down. So good practice is get a 1 shot, 1 kill, hit a vital organ, and drop the animal immediately. So those are the 4 ways to pass a harvest check. Correct ammo and weapon for the classification that you are hunting, vital organ hit, and protecting the head, no head shots, and finally less than 2 shots to bring the animal down. So it's 0258. They start coming in between 0300 and 0600, and since it is 03 going on, we will go ahead and spray a little bit of scent out. Spray that out there, hit our manual collar. Now what I like about the Scotland map is that the feeder works well, the scents work well here. And so all this new stuff that they were adding to the game is working really well here. Now the scents have been around for a while, the feeders somewhat, but not as long as the scents have. But all of this is working together to really make a hunt a little more fun and manageable, especially during these community events like HOGAMANY HUNT that we are currently in, and we are at 63% on that. Right there, see, 63%. So we have 37 more percent to go before we reach 100. And hopefully, as a community, we will get that 100% and get our rewards for being participants. Now, passing the harvest check. Again, you want the correct weapon and ammo, vital organ hit, no headshots, and less than 2 shots to take the animal down to pass the harvest check. For those of you that are just joining my channel and just watching my video, please like and subscribe. Those of you that are viewing my channel and keep coming back and watching my videos, if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe. It is totally free to subscribe to a content creator. All that ensures is that you will see the videos that the content creator posts before the non-subscribers do. And I am constantly posting videos on different games that I play, so you will see all the different videos that I post. Or if you just want to concentrate on a playlist that I have, you will just see that playlist, videos, or whatnot. Now, if you would like to make donations to my channel, your boy OG wants to unlock other maps, and so I'm going to try to unlock new maps maybe once a month or whatnot. But if I get donations, if the donations start coming in and help me monetize my channel, if you put in the subject line of the donation that it's for Call of the Wild or the Hunter Call of the Wild, then I will use those donations to unlock the new maps. You can find that link in my description link under like and subscribe, and it says donations. Then it has my Cash App link. If you look at my profile icon and click on that and go to the main page of my YouTube channel, you can also subscribe and donate that way. My ultimate goal is to build up my subscribers and build up my view time, and hopefully in the future monetize my channel. And I can only do that and be successful doing that because of my viewers, my likes, and my subscribers. It is Christmas morning, like I stated, and I'm trying to be quiet so I don't wake my wife up. She wanted to sleep in this morning, and our kids are all grown, and so we don't have to get up bright and early like we did when they were younger, and not parents of their own. So we're excited to talk to the grandkids today and have our Christmas meal and stuff. So we're excited for that. And my wife and I, we have 8 grandchildren and 1 on the way. Can you believe that? Wow. But I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. It doesn't feel like Christmas because there's no snow in my area right now. And back home from where I'm from in Kentucky, there's no snow there either. And usually there's snow on Christmas. And it's 70 degrees back home in Kentucky. And that is, wow, where I grew up and where we're from. And it just doesn't feel like Christmas because there's no snow on the ground. Hey, you know, it's a special day for me. I'm kind of reflecting today. My mom passed away in 2017, but her birthday was on Christmas. And so my mom would have Christmas and her birthday together at the same time. And let's see what we got. That's a deer. So I kind of reflect back on that. And, you know, I just said something in a previous video I did on a different game. Those of you that know me in real life know I collect G.I. Joe stuff from the 80s. I have a whole room dedicated to it, my hobby room. And I remember back in 1984, I was 9 years old. I'm giving away my age. My mom had all I wanted was G.I. Joe stuff for Christmas. And I'd gotten the G.I. Joe headquarters and the Snowcat and the Havoc and Zartan and his Swamp Skier and a bunch of figures that year and a bunch of other stuff I'd gotten. I think a couple of Transformers and some Starro stuff, Starios. It's something that it was really cool. But I got all types of stuff, but I was more concentrated on the G.I. Joe stuff when I was growing up. And all the way up until here I am 50. All right, I just told you my age. Here I am 50, and I have a room dedicated to it because I still have a lot of stuff in their original packages. And it's just really cool. And see, there's a badger coming in. I'm trying to avoid those badgers. And because they're kind of ruining my hunting spots. But yeah, so I'm kind of taking this quiet time and reflecting on my childhood and what happened on Christmas Day. Now, I tell you, my brother, he's passed away now. He was 14 years older than me. And I remember he took me hunting one time, and I got my first deer on Christmas Day. And that was really cool. It was cool having an older brother. But I'm the baby of six, and so all my brothers and sisters are anywhere from 18 years to 11 years older than me. So by the time I started growing up, they were all out of the house, and I was pretty much a single child in the house at the time. And it had its advantages and it had its disadvantages. I care about that badger. Good, let that badger flee. I don't care about him. I care more about the boar. It's like these European badgers are just overtaking my boar hunting spots. So a 335 and a previous area, in the first area that I normally use, the boars start coming in between 320 and 335, 340. So let's go ahead and get a little more scent out there. And track these boar in. Use my little handy dandy manual collar. Usually the boar coming down from over there. A couple of them will. Then you have some that try to come up to the left of my feeder, over here. And looks like there's a feed zone there. Whatnot. I'm going to leave it alone, not even go check it because it could be something for a badger, and I'm not even trying to make the area a new spot for another animal. So, but I'm still going to kind of scan the area and look around. Now, for you stalker hunters, I know I pointed this out before. There's a good little stalking spot I showed you on the map. I'm going to show you again. For those of you that like to stalk, if you go up here to Comb 9 Con, right up over by the end, if you zoom in a little bit, it's right there. You can get up on that ridge and fire down into the feed zone that is as 2100 to midnight, so 9 o'clock at night to midnight. And right along this tree line right here, a couple boar like to come out. So that's for you stalker hunters, okay? I'm a stationary. I'm trying to bounce back and forth between two spots. This one and now this one. Alright, now we were talking about those European badgers. They overtook my spot over here, which is aggravating to no end because that was a good spot for boar 2. So let's go ahead and come back to our main screen and see what we got. Alright, there is a deer right there. If you look at that plus sign on the orange line, and right directly under it is a number, that's a class 4. The boar will be a class 5. So that's another way to tell what class the animal is that you are hunting. And to know exactly what gear you need on your weapon and your ammo choice. So you need at least something that's within the range of a recommended class 5. So correct ammo, correct weapon, and that's point 1 of the harvest check. You got 4 points. Point 2 is a vital organ hit. Alright, that's the heart, lung, or livers. And if you can get a side shot of your prey, get them right behind the right shoulder or the left shoulder, depending on which way they're facing, and get that heart, lung, liver shot in the kill zone. Or, let's see, number 3, not or. Number 3 is no head shots, no brain shots. So you want to avoid hitting the animal in the head at all costs, okay? And the final one is 2 shots or less. And that will help you pass all 4 points of the harvest check. And I will show you if I get any kills during this episode, if I pass the harvest check or not. My scent's about to go away, so I'm going to throw a little more on my scent blocker. Spray out a wild boar spray. Get that in the air. And we are just going to keep looking with our handy dandy night vision. Now, these boar are pretty quiet and they're sneaky. They like to sneak up on you. Usually I got 1 or 2 that try to come in this area and they stay at a distance. And I do try to call them in, but it doesn't do any good. They like to stay out there at a distance. Now I do have a bunch that like to come in over this direction. And we're going to look back by the tent over here. They may be trying to feed over here. But we're just going to keep scanning the area until eventually a boar appears. Hit 0400, so far nothing. I hear the deer. It is always good to get into your stand a little early. Like real life hunting, I used to like to get into my stand about an hour or so before daylight and get settled down and let the wildlife around me settle down and start making noise again. Because no matter how quiet you are going through the woods or how quiet you think you are, you're still making an unfamiliar sound, and it puts the animals on high alert, and they go really quiet so they can listen. So get into your stand early if you're a stationary hunter like I am in the game, and just kind of wait it out a little bit. And doing so will help things be a little more quieter and help the animals come back to the area, especially if you get there early before they start spawning. Another thing I want you to remember as a stationary hunter, especially when you're trying to get multiple kills, is stay in your stand until all, oh, look at that, there he is, he's pretty, but stay in your stand until the very end of the time frame. Like this is 0300 to 0600. I'm going to stay in my stand regardless of how many kills or how many times I got to track an animal. I'm going to stay in the stand until 0600 and then go collect my harvest. Because if I kill something now and then jump down real quick and collect the harvest, I'm going to scare the animals off. And that's not what I want. I want the animals to keep coming into the area. And so I will stay here until, what's that? Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Oh, it's a woodcock. Cool. But I'm going to stay in the area until 0600. So the boar will keep coming in if they come in this area. And they have been. Where's he at? I got something right there. There he is. And there's another one right there too. Let's see. He is about 84 yards out. So I will stay in the stand until 0600 until I get all of my kills and the feeding time is up to where they will come in. All right, there he is. And there's another one coming in too. Oh, there's 3 coming in. All right. About 63 yards. They're out of the range still of my bow. That's okay. Gotta keep an eye on him. Let him come in. Get closer. But I will stay in my stand until I get a bunch of kills and until 0600. Then I will climb down out of my stand and pick up my harvest. There's 3 of them right there. That's another 3. That's a bigger one. Oh, there's 4 there now. I can get them separated a little bit. If I can get them to come closer to my collar, they'll be well within range. But right now, they are not in range. So I'm not going to. Oh, we got more coming in. Look at that. That's a minor. Okay, he's getting within range. So 50 yards out. I'm going to let him get a little bit closer. He's coming in. Because as soon as I hit one, it's going to spook him. And that big one is the one I want. So we're going to wait and see if I can get him closer. Alright, well, he's going to make me do it. I got him, now I'm going to have to track him. Try not to spook him off. But he did. Let's see if we can call him in. And it looks like I did get one, maybe. So we'll see. We just got to be patient when we're stand hunting. There he is. There's another one. Both of them are minors. He's well within range. I spooked them off, but they will be back. There was one right at my feet. So I hope everyone is having a great Christmas. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. And I hope you're having a great time and a great day with your family. It's such a wonderful time. I do miss the snow on Christmas. So you see I just killed that animal, and I'm just going to leave him there until 0600 and then collect all my harvest. And it's starting to rain, so that is pretty cool too. Because the boar like to come out while it's raining. in different areas. We're just going to be patient and wait for them. I was just talking about my mother's birthday. She passed away 8 years ago. But just talking about my mother and one of my sisters and one of my other brothers. They just both sent me messages. I sent theirs early, and wished me a Merry Christmas and happy birthday to our mother that's in heaven. So I don't know how y'all believe, and I'm not going to get into it, but I believe there is a heaven and a hell, and I believe in the Bible, and I believe in Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. So that is my beliefs. So, and you may have different beliefs, and I respect that. And so we're not going to get into a discussion of why I believe my way and why you believe your way, or even get into discussion of politics. You know where I stand, how I stand on my faith, and we're just going to leave it there and leave it alone. I served years in the military, and my time in the military while I was in was that, one of the things that we stood our ground on was the freedom of speech. So you have the freedom to think how you want and feel how you want. That's quite okay. And I really feel that our government is turning us against each other and trying to get us to not be, especially with, okay, how do I want to say this? People cannot have a free train of thought without being chewed out anymore, and that is ridiculous. Because we are all human, we're not robots, and we all think differently. So with that said, let's leave those two topics alone from here on out. And I don't care who you voted for. You used your voice, and that's all that matters. Whether you agree with the current delegation that's in now or not, you used your voice to vote for who you wanted. Win or lose. So with that said, let's drop the subjects. There's two things we're not going to discuss. Now, those of you that know me in real life also know that I am a Broncos fan. I have been a Broncos fan since I was a kid in the 80s. And guess who's playing today on Christmas Day? The Broncos are facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs again today, and I am excited for that ball game. So it's another reason why I'm doing my videos early in the morning while my wife is sleeping, because I am going to watch that Broncos game. They are playing their white uniforms today, and it's going to be a good contrast against the Kansas City Chiefs red uniforms. And I am excited for this game. I'm excited for the Broncos. Yes, their defense got shredded, sent through the shredder last week by the Jacksonville Jaguars. And They took it on the jaw like Jake Paul. That's all I can say. They took it on the jaw like Jake Paul. And speaking of Jake Paul, man, I hope he doesn't call out any more fighters because still two steel plates in his jaw. I'm praying for him, praying for a recovery for him. But it's I'm just glad that we're not going to be seeing no more of these staged fights of him paying off fighters to make him look good when he does not have their titles. I mean, training or that caliber of class to be in the ring with them. A YouTuber calling out real fighters. Tyson took a dive for him, and it was obvious because Mike was not fighting like he usually does. Yes, he's older. Yes, he's 58 at the time of that match, but I'm still not going up against Tyson in a ring. I'm not calling out professional fighters that do this for a living. I do not have the talent or been properly trained like they have, and I'm not doing it. And somebody that's just calling him out, thinking that he can box or whatnot, maybe have a minimal training or whatnot, and then, well, he paid for it. AJ took him to the cleaners and had a come to Jesus meeting with him. And watching that knockout punch, you saw the fear of God in the fear of God in Jake Paul's eyes. And I pray for him. I did read something about his brother wanting to challenge AJ. If that's true, he's going to end up in the hospital just like his brother did. And so they kind of need to leave that area alone and stay in their lane and stop calling out real fighters and promising them paydays and getting them to take dives to make them look good. That's just, it's ridiculous. And seeing these pay-per-views and whatnot with Jake Paul called out so-and-so, and, well, he's got two steel plates in his jaw, and he's going to end up losing some teeth over it. And in his recovery over the next several months. And they said that from what I read, is he's going to only have 90% of his functionality of his jaw back within a year. And somebody with steel plates in their jaw will never step foot in a boxing ring again. And there's been no documented cases of someone stepping in a ring, except for maybe an orbital around their eye sockets, but depending on how close the steel plates are to the epidermis and how much damage has been done, there is no foreseeable future for him to be in a ring. And now we can actually see real fighters fight and get back to the real sports, the real boxing. Maybe we can see that. I know I've iterated on this and touched base on this before in the past. And, as a watcher of the sport, it's sickening to see somebody that has no talent call out these fighters, especially champions, and not earn their way to the top. To have the fights in to earn a title bout or whatnot. It's just a bunch of showmanship, and, well, he paid for it. So my prayers to him in his recovery. Please stop calling out these real fighters. Please try to get sanctioned events. You do not have the proper training. And with this injury, it's very unlikely you will be stepping into a boxing ring again. Enough is enough of it. I don't know who the promoters thought that what they were thinking to promote such idiocy, but they did it, thinking they're going to make money for some YouTuber that got himself hurt. Now, by no means am I saying, hey, look, I'm going to be doing that stuff. Nope, no, I'm not. I'm 50 years old. I'm just a few years younger than Mike Tyson, and I have not been trained properly like that to even consider stepping into a ring and doing anything like that. So, if y'all see the meme that I posted in the Hunter Call of the Wild on Facebook, it's got Miss Piggy throwing a punch and hitting Jake Paul with it, and the caption reads, "Taking it on the jaw like Jake Paul." So, that was one of the funniest things that I had seen, and kind of captioned it. And I forgot where I found it on Facebook, and I forgot where I found it from. But anyway, long story short, I put the caption on there, "Take it on the jaw like Jake Paul," with Miss Piggy hitting him in honor of the HOGAMANY Hunt that we are doing as this community event, and showing that these hogs and Miss Piggy being a pig herself, punching Jake Paul. That yes, I did that. That was me. All right, let's put some more scent blocker on. It's starting to get daylight. It's 5:33. Let's go ahead and spray a little bit more of this. Looks like we only have one this time. Here, that's okay. We had a bunch come in, and they were all bunched up together. I like it when they come in straggling, one or two at a time, coming in from a distance, where I can pop one or two and then let the stragglers work their way in. So I will stay in the stand. I'm probably going to have to go track one that I know of. Alright, we're getting close to the end of the episode. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for being a subscriber. And thank you for visiting my channel. Please like and subscribe. And again, subscribing to my channel is totally free. Capital FREE. And all subscribing means is that you are following the content creator, and whatever content that they make and post or whatnot, you will see it before the non-subscribers do. And so with that said, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to make donations, look in the description. My Cash App is there. If you look at my profile icon, you can go to the main page of my YouTube and see that my donation link is there also. So, viewers, thank you so much. Oh, look at that. I got another one coming in. He's just a few yards out. And he's close. Push Y. Drop him real quick. And there's another one over there. Let's kind of keep our eyes out. So we got two definites. There's one over there somewhere. He's in that brush. There he is. He's coming in close. He didn't get closer. another one coming in right behind him. Scared him off. That's alright. That's 3 kills so far. And a possible 4. We kind of waited it out. And they're coming in the last 30 minutes or so. That's okay. That's quite alright. We stay in the stand. We will stay in the stand until 0600. It's only about 15 more minutes game time. They come in from over there. So if we can get them to come in. So 551. Just gonna hold it off a little bit longer. And just scan the area. We are looking for these boar. Other hunters hunt the drink zones or the sleep zones. I like hunting the feed zones. We all have our little tricks that we do, and the little things that we do. So play your game how you want to play it. You don't have to emulate what I do or what somebody else does. Find a play style that works for you. But one thing to remember is use scent blockers, stay downwind, use your binoculars, and when you're doing these harvest checks to pass them, use the correct weapon, correct ammo, get a vital organ, heart, lung, or liver, no headshots, and less than 2 shots to take the animal down. If you wound the animal, I'm give you a piece of advice here. Track that animal. Okay? Do not leave um, down harvest on the ground if you can help it. Track the animal you wounded, because if you pick up that harvest, more will spawn. If you leave it on the ground and not pick it up, there's a good chance that you may lose that area or they don't spawn in that area very often. So we're taking the last few minutes here. It's 6:03. Let's turn off our caller. Alright. And let's get our handy dandy rifle in case we come across something. Now we've turned this area black. My ultimate goal is to keep it black because when I kill in this zone over here later, it will turn black and that black dot that I have here will go away. So let's climb down out of our stand. It's after 06 and let's go collect our harvest real quick. Alright. So look at that. Ah man, I missed one. Alright, so I had the correct ammo, I got the vital shot, and less than 2 shots, but I guarantee you that was a headshot that I did, and it dropped him. But, yep, it said skull and brain, so that did not pass the harvest check. So, okay, that one didn't pass. Alright, let's look at this one. Left lung, liver, and stomach. So I got two. So I got one of the lungs, the liver, and that one did. If you look at the trophy rating where it says harvest check underneath, all 4 of those are green. So that one passed. That's 2. And let's look at this one. Again, that one passed the harvest check. If you look at the trophy rating where it says bronze, and then look underneath that, it says harvest check, all 4 are green. It passed the harvest check. So let's say that's 2 out of 3 that I got that passed it. Let's go ahead and pick up our handy dandy electronic collar, put it away because we're going to take it with us to the other area. Now here's the blood spot. Alright, let's go up here, see if we can find another one. Let's see. Find the blue one, because I got it in a different color. And I think he's up there. We're going to double check. There's a blood spot, double check it. It's low, so he's running. Might not have got a clean shot on him. But we're going to go find the harvest. And see if he did at least fall. Oh, I lost it. Let's see. Alright, it's going that direction. So we're looking for the blue of his trail. There's white. I've changed my color of my tracking to a different normal. It's white normally, so the prey that I'm hunting will be a different color. So now we just got to find where he went. Find his tracks. I know it said he went that direction. Up there, there's one. Didn't find it. Looks like over that way too. Alright, he went down here. See the different color? That white one's a normal track. This blue, this light blue is my current track that I'm looking for. And there he is. Alright. I did not pass the harvest check on that. I did use the correct ammo in less than 2 shots, but I did not get a vital organ, and I got a headshot on him. So 2 out of 4 that I just did pass the harvest check. Alright, with that said, this is OG Double Dog. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy time with your families today. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of my channel, and thank you for helping my channel grow. Merry Christmas. Please like and subscribe, and continue following me for more videos. Y'all be blessed, and I'll see y'all next time.